Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum to Sir and my friend. So basically, my name is Abdul Wafi. This is Badrul Zaman. This is Anis Shufika. So today we want to explain about lab 5, which is the title is AM modulation. Okay, so the part task 1 and task 2 will present by Badrul Zaman.
Alright. So this is the first part of this lab. So first one is we construct the circuit given by the report, and then we use the oscilloscope to visualize the output. So this is the output. The blue one is the output and the yellow one is the input from this circuit. So the output here is basically is not a AM signal because the amplitude here is constant. It doesn't have minimum or maximum output. It just constantly to the end. Okay, for the second part, same as the first part, we construct the circuit first, and then we use oscilloscope to visualize the output from the circuit. So same as the first one, the yellow one is the input and the blue one is the output. So the output here, it is shown that this one is a AM signal because it has the maximum output. Here is maximum amplitude, sorry. This is maximum amplitude and this is minimum amplitude. So if it has the maximum and minimum amplitude, then it is a AM amplitude. So the next task, this which is task 3, I will pass to Abdul Wafi.
Alright, thanks, Raman. Okay, now in task 3, first we must construct using the figure 4.2, which is have the two source. Okay, after that we get the construct the circuit. We must change the value at V2, which is in circuit source 2. After we change the value, we put down in the table what the result of output, which is VRMS1 and VRMS2. After that, to for get the difference, we must we must V1 VRMS1 uh, plus
Minus,
minus
minus.
minus VRMS2 to get this answer. Alright, and then go down. Okay, for circuit 1, we must the pick which is VRMS1 VS V2 in y axis, and we get constant because why? The result we get 9.9 like this. Alright. So next graph, we must do the graph which is peak VRS2 VS voltage V2, and then we get like this, with like increase. Okay, this and then what we understand it in the task. Okay, for this task we want manipulate the source of voltage V2 signal from V1 until it 116 V. with same frequency 1 kilohertz, and then we get the like this like the graph. Okay, then for me, we want pass to Anis.
Okay, so for task 4, we keep draw the same circuit in figure 4.2. So for task 4, we can see at here at the table, the V1 frequency the same, but we change the V2 frequency. So from the graph for V2 versus frequency VRMS and V1 V2 versus frequency versus VRMS1 dengan and VRMS2. So for from both graph, we can obtain that the pattern of the graph is like a fluctuation wave, and we in this task we need the same value of V2 voltage at 15 VRMS, while for frequency is 1 kHz until 16 kHz. Okay, for the table above, we can interpret that when frequency of V2 increasing from 1 kHz until 3 kHz, the VRMS1 is increasing but experiencing a long decreasing pattern along 4 kHz until 12 kHz and increase back from 13 kHz above. And for the second graph, V2 frequency 1 kHz until 4 kHz, the amplitude is of the amplitude of the value lowest peak VRMS2 is decreasing, while for and then experience a long increasing pattern from 5 until 11 kilohertz. Then it decreasing back at 12 kilohertz and above. So from this both graph, we can see that this graph is increasing and decreasing, and we can say that this graph has a pattern of fluctuation wave. So that's all from us. Thank you.
Thank you.